Hello everybody, this is Julia from Just One More Card, and today I have a very silly card for you, but it was also a lot of fun to create it. And I titled it Perfect Imperfection because of the wonderful sentiment that I used for this card. Now, I am using stamps by Katzelkraft, and this is their jungle stamp set, and it's just, these images are just so hilarious. They make me giggle every single time I use them. They are red rubber stamps, and I mounted them on my acrylic block, and on that acrylic block I have a piece of tack and peel which holds those unmounted red rubber stamps. You can also put foam on those rubber stamps and then use them on a regular acrylic block. Now, I stamped this on a piece of paper that I found on eBay from a German seller, and I'll be linking to it. I like this paper because it works well with pencils, Copic markers, and watercolor. And it's not completely white, it's a little bit off-white and has those tiny inclusions, like those tiny little dots that you can see. For the Germans watching, it's called Kreidepapier. As I said, I'll be linking to it in the video description below. And I just like the effect that you get. And also colors pop really nicely against this off-white paper. So I wanted to color my giraffe very intensely. I wanted to have a really strong contrast. So I'm starting out with a rather dark brown and then working my way through the yellow oranges. I know that regularly giraffes are more yellowish, but I couldn't make the yellow glow as much as I wanted it in my test colorations, so that's why I went with the oranges and only then blend over to the yellows. And you can see just how nicely the blending works here. If you don't have access to this paper, you can try Basil Marshmallow cardstock, or you could try watercolor paper even to use with your Copics, because that will also allow you to blend between colors which you would normally not be able to blend between very easily. In the end, everything is possible depending on how much time you spend blending. So I really had a lot of fun creating this blend here. I'm using the Misty to stamp my sentiment. The sentiment is from, don't let me lie, I think it's Little Inkers Designs. It's also going to be listed in the video description below. And then I just put a lot of foam tape on the back of my panel here because I'm going to mount this on my card base, and I covered my card base in some pattern paper. You could leave it completely white, the card base, but I just wanted to have like a very subtle contrast to the otherwise very clean and simple design that I had here. And of course I couldn't leave well enough be, so I'm using my black twin touch marker. They're like twin touch brush markers, are like Copic markers, just cheaper. And I'm using that one to color in her dots here. You don't have to do that, you could use a completely different color. I just decided to use this one because I wanted, as I said, more contrast. And of course I had to add some sequins by Pretty Pink Posh. You know, those brown sequins are really pretty, and of course like the stars, oh my goodness, the stars. Yeah, and glossy accents, best friends. And tweezers, can't do anything without tweezers, really. Just, how could I ever imagine I could craft without tweezers? So I just added some of those, and then of course I had to grab my STARDUST gel pen and add some dots in between. This time I made sure not to have any dots behind her, so it doesn't look like she's, you know, farting. So I made sure not to commit that mistake again. So here's this wonderful sentiment, which just seemed to go so well with the knot in the giraffe's throat. Must be very uncomfortable. And I had so much fun coloring this. And this card went to a good friend of mine here in Germany who really liked the image of the giraffe when I shared the stamp set on Instagram. So I hope she enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye bye.